Hi and welcome to today's video. It's going to be called Why Not You, and there's a reason for that. A while back I asked for people to give me different ideas of what I could speak about in the videos, and I got one from Wanderlust Surgeon, and she wanted me to talk about pursuing your dreams. And so that's what today's video is going to be about. And she wanted to know about people in middle age who have also pursued their dreams and changed from one route to another. And so I thought I'll just quickly mention three people that I can think of. First of all, Ray Kroc. He was a guy who sold paper cups for milkshakes back in the 50s. And he saw an opportunity that came from a couple of brothers called the McDonald brothers. And he bought in to McDonald's. He wasn't a very well man at the time, but he was driven by his goals, and he got involved with them at 52 years old and changed his lives. Harlan Sanders had this recipe for fried chicken, and he'd done lots of businesses along the way. And he'd come unstuck a few times, and he was looking for something to help him as he got towards his pension age. And he started to franchise his chicken. We all know it as Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was 62 when he sold his first franchise. And finally, Louisa Ingalls Wilder. She was the wife of a farmer who, in her later life, worked for a newspaper, got herself a job working for a newspaper. She had her first work published. Let me just check. She was 65 years old. She was 65 years old when her first work was published. And she went on to write the books about the Little House on the Prairie. Now, if they can all reach middle age and achieve so much in their lives, why can't you? And why not you? If there's things that you've always wanted to do, then don't you owe it to yourself to give it a go? I mean, for a lot of us, we go through school and college and so on, and then we go into our first job. And when we go to our first job, we generally go there thinking, this will do, this will get us started off. And a lot of times, you kind of learn more in the job, and you end up doing that job and going to another related job, and you find yourself along the line not actually doing what you really wanted to do with your life. And you end up with in that sort of position that I know so well, of knowing that there's something for you out there, but not having yet achieved it. For myself, I'm going to show you this little book. I bought this book when I was 16. It's called Emperor Roscoe's DJ Book. Now, at the time, Emperor Roscoe was a DJ on Radio 1 in the UK, and he was really, really good. One of my favourite DJs of the lot. And I really fancied being a radio DJ. But guess what? That never happened. What happened was, I was working for my dad. I carried on working for my dad until I got to 20. At 21, I left home and started working for myself in the fairground trade. And for years and years, I kept doing what I was doing for a living. But you know what? In the back of my mind, there was always this thing about I'd like to do radio. And you know what? At 49, I did something about it. I got involved in discos for a while. I was doing discos when I was 17, but I got back into it. And I was doing discos, and I was looking for a way to update my clients that had already hired me. And I decided, instead of a newsletter, I'd do a disco tape. That's how long ago it was. CD, really, it probably was. Anyway, some friends of mine heard one of my little radio shows that I'd put on CD, said, you really ought to try being a radio guy. Well, it was around the time of the internet and it became possible. I applied to a station and they took this little show of mine that I'd done and said, yeah, go for it. I did that for a couple of months and they said, there's another station you should try to. And then over a period of years, I got my shows. I ended up syndicating my shows worldwide. 95 countries and territories took my radio shows, including China of all places, where I ended up with over 800,000 listeners per show. And at one stage I played a song like My Fire by Doors one night, and in China they had their own version of what we call Google, and theirs was called Baidu, I believe. And because I played this record, so many people wanted it, they typed in there and crashed their system of the search engine, which is crazy, isn't it? And so after wanting to do something at 16, at 49, I started doing this. And I kept doing this until 2017. I'd started in 2009, I finished in 2017. And that was really, after I'd had my kidney operation, I couldn't summon up the enthusiasm, so I called it a day. But the thing was, I actually done my dream job. I got what I wanted to do. And then later on, guess what I fancied doing? I fancied doing YouTube, and here I am. But you've got to set your goals out. You've got to know where you want to go. If you don't have any goals, you're not going to know what to do with your life. And you'll be happy to just plod on doing on. But here's the thing. Think about it like you're going to book a holiday. So let's pretend you still have to go to a travel agent. So you go into the travel agent and you go, I want to book a holiday. And they go, where would you like to go? And you go, oh, don't know. Can you see what I'm coming at? How can you book a holiday to go somewhere if you don't know where you want to go? Well, it's like that with your dreams and with your goals. And I suppose I'm here to tell you that you can still go for them. Doesn't matter how old you are. If there's something in life you still fancy doing, why not go for it? It's your life after all. And it doesn't have to be a shoot for the moon goal. Although if it is a shoot for the moon goal, if you go for it big time and you don't hit it, you're still going to be further ahead of where you are now. Now, I'm not saying this to say that you have to have these goals. After all, you may not want these things. You could be happy in your life as you are, and there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So don't think if you don't have goals that you want to go for, don't worry about it. If you're happy in your life as you are, then carry on doing what you're doing. However, if you want more out of life and you don't know what that is, that's your first step. Because once you've got that in place and you know what it is you want out of life, you can set out a roadmap to get there. And even if you don't achieve it, here's the important thing. You will feel better about yourself because you tried. And that's the most important thing, is that you went for it and you gave it a shot. And even if you didn't actually get there, at least you had a go. Because I can't think there's anything worse than at the end of your life regretting that you didn't have a go for what you wanted to do. I can't say that I'm going to have that problem because I've tried. I may not be very successful. Let's be fair, I'm doing this YouTube thing and I'm just a little guy at it. I'm not no big superstar, but then again, I don't ever really... It's not in my plans. But it's not about me. This is about you. And you just need to look in a different perspective, I suppose. If there's something out there in life that you still want, really there's no one to stop you. You've got to have a go for it. If there's something that's here in the back of your head and in the back of your mind, and you think to yourself, oh, I really, really wish I could have a go at this, then do it. Why not? If you want to run a marathon, start off having a walk. Just start walking and then slowly build up to do it. And then one day you'll be able to run a mile, and then maybe another day you'll be able to run 2. But there is this thing that's within a lot of us to just, you want something more out of life. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. As long as you're still breathing, you can still go for something. And it isn't over till it's over. And that's my message to you today, I suppose. If there's something you want in your life, go for it. I just want to thank the Wanderlust Surgeon for asking me. And if you get the chance, I'm going to put a link down below to her YouTube channel. And feel free to go and have a look. I have. Check it out. It's not bad at all. If you've got any comments to make, if you've done anything, if you set any goals and you've gone for them, and you've reached them, leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you did and how you got there. And if you went for your goals but didn't get there, that's okay. Give us a message as well. Let us find out more, because obviously you never get your goals without going through something, and you're going to have problems in life, and you just got to go for it. And that's my message to you today. If there's something you want, go for it. I'll see you next time.